Hi there, a very good morning, good afternoon to all of you, depending on wherever you're hearing me. This is Simply Stocks, and I'm here with another video. And a very happy new year to you all. And today I'm going to discuss about five stocks or companies that, in my opinion, are going to do well chartically over the next 12 weeks or so, 12 to 15 weeks or so. So let's get started. First of all, a disclaimer that this is not a stock recommendation. People taking any position to any share that I talk about should that with their own due diligence and research, and I'm not in favor or against any company that I talk about. I'm not an official portfolio advisor, and that I am not at all, you can say, officially inclined towards giving any stock advice. Whatever I discuss about the markets or the stocks is purely on the basis of my experience over the last decade, 12 years into the market, being a retail investor, investing into the market, or trading into the market. Whatever education I have endured over this period, I try to impart that to you all free of cost on YouTube. So, whatever investment decisions you take, kindly do consult your financial advisor before taking that, because any investment into the market or any asset class is laden with market risk. Before I talk about these companies, here's a small request that can you support me on Patreon. Once you do that, help me grow the channel, help you also ask me questions, seek out answers in greater detail. Once you get the $10 membership, you'll have access to my portfolio, my watch list, and number of podcasts that I put up from time to time. Also, you'll have access to whatever short-term, long-term portfolio changes I do, analysis on different companies, discussion on domestic and global markets, and any queries with respect to the market that you'll be having. I'll be more than happy to answer that. Now, to understand all these five stocks, let me take you to the TradingView website. So, these are the five companies basically. So, what I'm looking at are Unominda from the auto space, Titagarh Rail Systems from the railways space, Prestige Estate from the real estate space, KPIT Tech in the IT domain, and Aarti Industries from uh, chemicals. And chemicals is a sector that is coming up quite quickly. So basically, why this time around for a change I have picked technical charts and not giving you fundamental calls for the next 3 4 years is because of the elections that we have. So what I feel is, in a nutshell, and I have talked about it many times, that the market may make a peak, short term peak around April or so, end of April, mid April, during elections, and just before the election results, it could make a peak. And after that, we could see a 2 3 months decline. That is what it seems like the market doing. No matter how the results end up being, there could be a correction of 10 to 12% in the market post election. So that's when probably it would be better to analyze and look at long term calls, because if you buy into companies today, the valuations are rich from a long term point of view as well. And over a period of next 1 year, say 6 months, 8 months down the line, you might get the same prices. So that's why not giving you long term calls. Although these five companies, whether it's Unominda, Titagarh, Prestige, KPIT, or Aarti, look good from a 3 year, 4 year perspective as well. And I'll tell you about each company in a bit. But there are reasons for why I feel that technically as well as fundamentally they all look good. They have decent market caps. I mean, Minda around 35 40,000 crores. Titagarh is around 15,000 20,000 crore market cap. Prestige is around 25,000. KPIT is around 40,000, and Aarti is also around 20 25,000 crores. So they are not small companies or companies that could go down 40% in a jiffy. So fundamentally speaking, also they look good, but these are all technical calls at the moment, because I feel after 4 months we could see a seminal decline, a decent correction in the market. I won't say a total sell off, but a correction, a proper correction. 2 3% is not a correction at all. It's just a decline or a dip. A proper correction in the market in the mid cap domain, and then we could talk about long term positions as well. Let's go one by one. Uno Minda, into the auto domain, they are now big into the EV space as well, and that is why the stock has been doing well. Now, what is interesting here is that this is a basically a 5 year chart. Let me just give you a 1 year time horizon chart, and if you see here, is a there was a spike around August when the stock went to around 660 or so, and from there on in we have seen the stock a decline from 660. It went all the way to around 540, so not huge, but a decent 12-13% decline, and eventually now it has now broken out from that 660 space. So clear breakout from, you can say, a flag pattern breakout after consolidation and breakout into new highs. I think this is headed higher, much higher from these levels. And so what you can do is probably buy some here and buy on a little bit of dip. So if you see here on this candle, the low was around 650, 655. So any dip, I mean, the stock closed at around 687. Any dip towards 660, you add more. So that's the call on Uno Minda. Looks good. I'm not giving you any targets, but in the next 3 to 4 months, there could be a decent return uh, in the stock looking at these charts. So very, very good support is around 620 levels. So 10% lower from these levels. On all of these stocks, 10% lower is probably a ballpark figure where there's huge support. I don't see the stock declining more than 10% on these, but then anything can happen. Disclaimers do apply, but it looks like that 8 to 10% decline is mostly possible. That's just about it. Uh, so this is Titagar. In Titagar Rail Systems, what we have seen is that there was a spike, a big move, a strong move, a huge candle here, and the stock made a high of 995. Then it consolidated over a period of time, and now it seems like that the stock is headed higher. So it made a high of 1059. So it made a low of 1000 just on Friday, and I feel that most of the consolidation correction for the time being is done, and I think with the railway budget around in a month's time, the whole budget is coming up. I feel that the stock is headed much higher from these levels. This is also looking pretty good, and with the government push on railways, etc., and the fact that the market is gung ho on the fact that the government may come back, I think these stocks will start performing again. Prestige Estate is one of the real estate company that is doing well at the moment, one of the many, and this has a very interesting chart if you look at it from a 1 year perspective. So tremendous move we have seen from around 600 levels all the way to 1100 or so. I mean 1200. It doubled in no time. So it doubled from September till now. It has doubled and then is consolidating and again moving up. So this is a stock to buy on dips, not at these levels, but if you can get a chance to buy around 1120 or so, that will be the time to buy probably Prestige Estate. Currently it closed around 1180. So any dip at current levels, buy 20-30% on any dip you can accumulate, and this is also headed higher technically speaking. Do keep your stop losses in place, maybe 4% or 5%, but keep your stop losses in place in order to hedge your positions in terms of if the market really turns around and these stocks fall. Next in line is KPIT Tech. Now, this is a stock that has done exceedingly well and made a lot of money for investors, and now it is giving consolidation and trying to break out. There is a news based, I think, breakout that could take place with the hydrogen thing that KPIT is doing, and the fact that they have upped their guidance with respect to margins, etc. I think this is going to do well. It really shot up, and the RSI went through the roof earlier in November. So it went to 85, 86, and now RSI has died down. The stock has been consolidating for more than a month. I think it's about time that this one breaks out as well. So keep a relevant stop loss, but this is also looks good from a 4 months point of view. And last in this list is Aarti Industries. Now, this is a 5 year chart, and you've seen how the decline has taken place. So, in Aarti, we have seen the stock fall from around 1000 levels in October of 2021. Now, all these chemical companies have not come back. Most of the companies have come back from March onwards. Chemical companies have not. And we have seen further declines. If I take a 6 months chart of these stocks, they have not done that well. So even in October, the stock fell. If I take a 1 year chart, then it would be more uh, understandable as to how things pan out. So even during, you can say, March period, so the market nearly bottomed out here on 28th of March. So there was a jump in these stocks from here, from 480 it went to around 570, and then another round of decline happened from May onwards in chemical companies, and these went even lower. So in August we have seen, in August, then in again in October we have seen 440, 440 odd on the stock, and then the recovery has taken place. So I think we are headed much higher from here. It's better to see a 5 year chart. And if you see here very closely, then the stock started to fall big time from here around 1000 levels. It found support around 780, and now the stock is again headed towards 780 level. So I think this is going to be a reversal, complete reversal of what is taking place, because we have seen tremendous buying from lower levels from October onwards. So from levels of 450, the stock is currently, it has closed at 650, and I think it's headed higher. So this is a contrarian play in which I feel that chemicals and some pharmaceutical companies may just come back in 2024. So this one can be bought from a 3 to 4 months perspective. So these are the five stocks, in my opinion, from a technical point of view, can give you a decent returns over the next 4 months or so. Uno Minda, Titagarh, Rail Systems, Prestige Estate, KPIT Tech, and Aarti Industries. So this was a video on different types of stocks. Please like and subscribe my channel, hit the bell icon so you can get my videos straight away when I post it. Kindly support me on Patreon. Thanks a lot.